Okay, it looks like I'm live. Thanks for joining me. Good morning. It is, okay, let me think. It's Tuesday morning. Okay, it looks like I'm live. Let's turn that one off. It's Tuesday morning. My name is Chris. I'm coming to you live from my stamping room in Worthington, Minnesota. Let me know where you're from, what you're doing, what's going on in your life. Hey Tracy, thanks for joining me. So, do you see this big mess right here? Do you see this big mess behind me? It's actually organized. But if any of you joined me last week, I mentioned the in color sale this month and that I was going to be debuting the in colors throughout the week. Well, the week came and went. I did a couple videos, but I don't know. How can you be so busy and retired at the same time? Springfield, Ohio. Well, thanks for letting me know. That's cute. And Lori's watching in Rushmore, Minnesota. Cindy T-Rank is watching. So thank you. All right. Let me also turn on this light. I think this might help. I always forget that part. Oh, there, now I look a little bit more sunshiny. So yes, the in colors are on sale this week. If you're not aware of what the in colors are, let me just pull these out. Stampin' Up! Adds new colors periodically. And so, these are the in colors. Not the best picture of them, but when I turn my camera down, I can show you a better picture. There's five new in colors, and anything that contains these colors is on sale this month. So I'm going to do a sketch challenge today, and believe it or not, I think it doesn't even have the in colors in it, but it might have yes, it has a last chance stamp set. So that's the other thing. We don't have what's called a retired or a clearance section on our website, but we have last chance. That means that when it's gone, it's gone. So let me turn my camera down, and we'll talk about these colors. And then, let's see, there we go. Yes, there we go. And then we'll get started here. So this is, these are the Stampin' Blends that I'm showing you, but this is Timid Tiger. So anything with Timid Tiger in it is 15% off this month. This is Cloud Cover, no, Secret Sea, sorry. Secret Sea, they're new enough that I don't always remember the color names. This is Cloud Cover. Strawberry Slush, which was an old color and they brought it back, and Darling Duckling. So those are the new colors. Let me get them out of the glare there. And let me know if you want more information. Hi, Jean Steffen, watching from Burke, South Dakota. And Tammy Larson. Hi, Tammy, watching from Worthington. So, all right. So, you know that I like my sketches, right? And I get a sketch every single week from my friend Beck on a challenge called BTC. It's called Beyond the Challenge. And every week Beck posts a card sketch. Card sketch. That's interesting to say. This is week 27, and I think we're on week 32 or 33. I'm behind. So, today I thought that I would use some, I'll try to keep this in shot, but it's not always going to be there. I'm using the Marbled Elegance 12 by 12 paper. This is on the last chance, and you know, as soon as I say that, it's going to have been sold out, but I'm looking right now. Let me, M-A-R-B, Marbled Elegance. Yes, it's on the last chance. It was $16.50. It's now $13.20. You can see that I don't have a lot of it left. I have used this for many, many different projects. Oh, in fact, I have one right here. I've not finished this yet, but I made this cute little flip-flap album with pictures from my Galentine's retreat. So this is just a simple, simple way to make an album. There's all my fun peeps that participated. This was last February. These are just the 4x4 flip-flaps, and I've punched a hole and tied them, and this is that marbled paper that I just am showing you that's on last chance. Okay, so we're going to use a little bit of that, and we are going to use this sketch. Okay, so let me straighten things out here a little bit, get my camera focused, and let's get started. Alright, so I'm using an 8.5 by 11 sheet of, I still don't really have my light right here. Hang on. Hang on. I'm not used to this light. I feel like it's always shadowy. Alright, let me fuss with the settings just a second here. I don't know. Ooh, that's a soft yellow light. This is new to me. I don't know if that's what I like. Let's try that one. Alright. New to me. I don't like that it leaves this right here, but I do think it makes things a little brighter. Maybe not. I don't know. We're going to keep going. Alright, I'm using this card sketch. What I wanted to talk about today is how card sketches don't just have to be for cards. So I'm going to do an 8.5 by 11 album page today, but there are other things you can do with this. I mean, like, you can do a landscape card or a portrait card. Either way, you can turn it all 4 different directions. This would be a cool layout or card layout with the focal point at the top rather than at the bottom. You can do a card that is the long skinny portrait style. You can do portrait this way. Like, don't be afraid to use sketches for things that are not cards, all right, especially for my scrapbook people. All right, trying to get a little further away so we're all in the frame. Okay, so we're taking an 8.5 by 11 piece of white cardstock, and then we're taking this piece right here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue that on. Look away from the camera if you do not want me to see me using the ATG gun. But yes, it is a scrapbooker's friend. It is not a Stampin' Up! Product, but I've used mine for years and years and years and years. Alright, this is the piece that is going to emulate this, but what I want to do is I want to jazz this up a little bit. So I'm bringing in my big Stampin' Up! Block, which is no longer available, and another last chance product. This is called Painted Stripes. It was $20. It's now $18. This is almost as big as my hand, and it's a great element to use on a scrapbook layout. All right, I'm bringing in Versamark. Versamark, kind of an unsung hero, right? We use Versamark a lot for, well, we use it exclusively for when we're doing embossing powder. But did you know that Versamark can be used alone? I would call this a watermark look. If you don't own all of the colors that coordinate with the Stampin' Up! Papers, so this happens to be Melon Mambo. If I didn't have the Melon Mambo stamp set, I could just use Versamark. Alright, now this is a little bit smaller than this piece. I'm going to go intentionally off the edges, and I have to stand up to do this because you really want to get your pressure on here. And I'm pretty sure, hang on, I'm not done yet. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have, I know I'm going to trim this down now. Okay, I'm inking this up a little bit again so that I can get this part that I missed, a Stamparatus or some other kind of positionable stamping tool would also help here. Okay, now let me clean this off because I know that I got Versamark on here, even though you can't see it. And let me dry it off. Alright, so let me bring this to the camera and show you what I've done. Do you see how it just leaves what I would call a watermark? It just leaves an impression of that stamp that you were using. And I've not used any colored ink. Let me show you one more example. Let me grab another stamp here. Let's grab this leaf. This is called Natural Botanicals. And I'm just going to grab the larger leaf out of here. And I'm going to turn this over. And I'm again going to ink this up with Versamark. This is just the back of my paper. I'm doing this for, it's sticky. Doing this for demonstration purposes only. Do you see that, you guys? You can get the impression of this leaf without using colored ink. And it does dry. If you want it to dry faster than it does naturally, you can use your heat tool. So, we're using this side though. I just wanted a little bit of detail on that paper. And now I'm going to go ahead and trim off. Let's get rid of this before I make a bigger mess. I'm going to trim off this edge. Oh, that light. I'm going to trim off the edge that was narrower than the stamp. Alright, so there we have that paper with just a little more detail on it. Again, I am hating my lighting right now. Gosh, it almost seems better without the light on. Let me just hang on, you guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, hi, Glenda. Glenda's watching from Sioux City. Glenda, how are you doing? Glenda has recently had knee surgery. Is that going to be better? Yes, I know it's in my... Why don't I play with this before I get on live? I don't know. I love you. I love for you guys to see my struggle. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think the light is any better. Whoops. Crazy! There is a light on here. That doesn't help either. Alright, we're done fussing with it. I'll always hold it up so that you can see what I'm doing. Thanks for bearing with me. Alright, again, we're using this sketch. I've just made this piece of paper, and added a little detail to it. And so we're going to go ahead and attach, no, I don't think I'm going to attach this yet. Hang on. I want, oh my goodness, now I have a delightful mess. I want this strip here. This is also from this marbled, ooh, I lost the name of it. Marbled Elegance. That's what I was going to say, but for some reason I thought it started with an M. Alright, we want this on here now. So this time we're going to get a little bit of that elegance part. And this piece is going edge to edge. Alrighty, now I'm going to put this one on. I'm following the sketch, but I also want to leave room for my photo. Alright, so now I'm at this square, and this one goes, I may go, no, I think I'll follow the sketch. Alright, I'm going to pop this one up though with some dimensionals. It's a scrapbook layout, and so it can have a little bit of depth to it. I'm also gonna go ahead and grab a sponge dauber, and I'm gonna add a little bit of Melon Mambo to the edge of this. This is going to be my photo mat. Alright, that's going to make that pop a little bit. And, oh, I just got ink right there. Okay, let's go ahead and fix that. Melon Mambo blend is what I'm after now. Or marker. Let's use the marker. Alright, so here we go. I can show you how to fix a boo-boo. Let me show you what I did. I set my my inked edge paper down, and it smeared that a little bit. I'm going to take my excuse me, my Stampin' Right marker. I'm going to use the brush end and the cap, and I am going to flick this in all of these spots that were white. And I'm going to leave it up here. I'm going to leave the top part white. So let's go a little bit heavier down here. This can get messy too, so be sure to clean up when you're done. Alright, let me get that out of the way. Alright, I'm going to get off all my flicks. Dry this off nice. And, alright, here we go. Back at it. Do you see the spatters on there? You know, it coordinates right in with this marbled paper. And now, unless you're really looking for it, you cannot see my boo-boo. Alright, so now we've got that. Let's bring back in my photo mat. And, like I said, I'm going to pop it up. Are you intrigued with what picture I'm putting on here? maybe or not. I picked one of my favorites from this past year, one of our adventures. When you're using these large dimensionals, it's so much easier to pick off the backs. Alright, so now we're going to put this. They have it lower than this one, but higher than the back one. Okay, so right about here. I'm going to balance it out, I think, with, I don't know, this edge-ish. If you are giving away a album as a gift, you could stop now and you could write, you know, 4x4 photo here. But this is for me, and there you have a picture of Doug and I in Mexico last February. So I'm going to glue that on there. I love how that just that little bit of sponging along the edges really makes the photo box pop. Let me bring that in. So glares are not my friend. Anyway, okay, now we have this heart, and of course I can add a heart to this, right? So I got out a scrap of Melon Mambo. These are retired punches, and I'm not even sure if this will fit on here. It will not. Let me see if I have a bigger scrap. I do. Alright, so I'm going to do, I think I'm also going to bring in another color. Nope, this one right here. This is kind of big. I'm going to punch this out of the middle because then I can still use this. So here's another little tip. I punched it out of the middle so that now if I want to use this for a photo mat or a card front, I still can. So many free tips today. Alright, so there's the scalloped one. And then I will do, will this one fit on my scrap? This one will. Alright. So, everything is sticky today. It is so humid. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to glue this one down flat. Ooh, not, I just got a little bubble, air bubble of glue there. Be careful. Alright, we're going to put that one there. And they have their heart straight, but I'm going to put mine a little kitty wampus. Is that a word that you use in your vocabulary? Kitty wampus? Or is it catty wampus? I've heard it both ways. This one needs to be moved over just a little bit. We're going to make that one work. Okay, the reason I had to move that one over is because I'm putting it on top of a part that's already been popped up. So, we just want the dimensionals over on this side. There you have it. Alright, how about a little bit of bling? Let's see what I have. Oh, the lighting is just terrible. I promise when I get off of camera today, I am going to play with my lighting. Alright. These are gold, so I don't want to use the silver. I think I'll use these. These are Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink Gems, so I think they will coordinate nicely. Again, it's a scrapbook layout, so I don't have to worry about mailing them. Excuse me. And I can incorporate, oh, I'm going to incorporate some of these gold ones. So let's put a few gold ones right here on the heart. Arlene would say this is my signature move. I do tend to like to put 3 in a row. And I see that they don't show up at all on the camera, and that's just how it's going today, right? We'll put 2 here, and let's put another large one. How about on the photo? Alright, let me see if I can get a better picture for you here. There, that's not too bad. You can see the spatters. Where I placed this photo, I wouldn't have even had to do the spatters because now I see that it was completely covering up that boo-boo anyway. I feel like this could get like the word love or enjoy, or I could even take, excuse me, my journaling pen, and now I don't see it laying here. I could take a journaling pen, this isn't it, but I could actually even journal on these lines if I really wanted to. I could write the date on here. In fact, I could actually doodle on here too, but this is February 25. Mexico. I'm not putting where in Mexico because I can't remember. Anyway, alright. Doodling would be fun on here too. I could doodle all the way around the edges. Stitching would be fun. So, there you have it. A 8.5 by 11 layout using a card sketch from Beyond the Challenge. What do you guys think? Are there any? Let me check my my comments here. Glenda, you're doing good. Okay, awesome to hear. Let me see if I missed any questions or comments. Tracy likes that album. Thank you, Tracy. Okay, good. I'm getting some hearts. Looks like some of you are loving it. And stay tuned. I may be in and out all day today with some videos. Let me flip my camera the other way. Because, like I said, these baskets here are all layouts ready to go. So, anyway. But first things first, fingers crossed, the next time I come on live, I won't have lighting issues. See, light on, light off. The light helps on my face. It doesn't help on my desktop though. So we'll figure it out. Thanks for watching, and let me know if I can help you with anything. Have a great day. See you soon.